Yes, so. Hello and welcome to character creation of Drakar och Demoner 6. It's this game. Bish. I am making this just to, because it's in Swedish, first off. Um, Now we'll just be making a quick character. It might, this is, hopefully, it's just for my group, but we'll see if people find it interesting enough. This role-playing game is in Swedish, which basically means that, well, Swedes can read it. This is why I'm making this in English. There are different ways to create a character in this. You can either create one with this book, which is Drakar och Demoner Expert, rollpersonen. This is a more, it says expert, but that's not, it's got some extra rules, that's basically it. Or you can use Drakar och Demoner Reviderad, which basically means Dragons and Demons Revised. And the first thing you do in both of these editions is you roll your stats. I'll do it in the most common way, which is you roll 4d6 and you drop 1. I'll be using Roll20 to emphasize. And I'll do this just because this is easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for size, I'll explain. You roll 3d6, drop 1. Because you've got racial modifiers on size. So that's why you do it like this. There we go. Some people want to re-roll once. I'm not going to, because that will muddy the waters, so to speak. So I shall refrain from doing so. But I will now create a test character. Let's see, whatever. Let's do it like this. So basically, I got these stats. I got 15, 15, 12, 12, 15, 12, 10, 12, 12. Not bad stats at all. You've got 9 stats in this game. Strength, Constitution, Dexterity, let's see, Size, this is the 2d6 one, which is why you roll 3d6, drop 1. Intelligence, Perception, Will, or Psyche, it's basically your mental fortitude. Spiritus, which is magical power, and Charisma. Most of these stats you recognize if you played Dungeons & Dragons before, but if you haven't, this is just basically all just really abbreviated descriptions of all of them. Strength is your physical capability to move and force the world to react to your strength. Constitution is your character's ability to withstand, well, physical and, just physical punishment, and how well the character manages to push himself physically. Will is mentally. You get it. Dexterity is the agility of the person, the just raw talent of liveness, if you will. Low score in dexterity means you're pretty hefty like me. And a high one would probably put you at, like, well, more of a cat-like. You get it. Size is obviously the size, the physical size of the character. You can be small, but still very constitution-y. Intelligence is the intelligence of your character. perception is how well he perceives the world, using eyes, ears, the various senses to be able to kind of, well, yeah, as I said, perceive the world, and then react accordingly. Will is his mental fortitude, but also determination, basically anything that has to do with your mental kind of the mental aspect of your character. Then you've got spiritus, which is the soul's power, the magical power. There are two kinds of magic in this world, in the Drakar Demoner world. You've got Rimvitner and Havitner. Havitner being the weaker of the two, because it uses life and the forces around us, like wind, some rocks, nature, and stuff. And Rimvitner uses the forces of both you, but also living things with a stronger soul around you to cast the spells. Then you've got secondary characteristics. Height, weight. Actually, you know what? I'll do this. Let's do this. I have purchased all of my games, don't worry. From Drive-Thru RPG. Should get it there as well. Very good place. This is not the book I'm using, but this will suffice. As you can see, you've got the various stats in Swedish here. These are the various races. You got human, elf, dwarf, halfling, half elf, half troll, or half orc. Half orc would be the closer equivalent, but there's no orcs in dungeons. In Drakar och Demoner. That is a Dungeons and Dragons thing. They're called trolls in this, but they're basically orcs. So you got half-bloods, halflings, half-bloods, halflings, dwarves, elves, humans. And these are the various stats and how they're modified, but by whichever race you pick. And I think I will be going down a more complicated route just to show you kind of how and what I'll do. But firstly, I actually need to place my stats, and I will. And this is a good time to have a good concept of what you want to do. And that's hard if you've never played this game before, but basically I'm going to go for a physical character with some capabilities in ranged combat as well as melee combat, because that is usually what you play as your first character. That's why I'm going for that one. So I will be placing a 15 in strength, a 15 in constitution, and a 15 in dexterity. There you go. And I actually got a 12 in size. Because of this was the last roll. So I got 2 6s because it dropped the 1, which is I can get 18 size, so I can be humongous. If I am a human, even 19 size is a half troll. We'll see exactly which race I go for. I'll probably go for a half troll because that's a bit more fun. You'll see. I will go for a 12 in intelligence just because that's what I want. A 12 in perception, a 12 in will, a 10 in spiritus, and a 12 in charisma. That means I have used all of my stats. I will not remove them, however, because this is my baseline in case I need to redo it, or if I want to switch things up. It is very important to note that this last one is my size. I cannot put this 12. This 12 I cannot move to any of the others, right? It's its own. I'll actually do this. I'll do this. Size. There we go. Right? Good. Yeah. There you go. Then we'll look at the various bonuses and negatives. I'll actually zoom in a bit. I own 2 copies of this book in physical form. Um, let's see. So, +2 strength, +1 constitution, +7 size. I will go with my bonuses first. That's what I usually do because it makes it easier. So, +2 strength puts it up to 17, and +1 constitution puts that at 16. My size got a +7, so I've got a 19 size. That is humongous. He is ridiculously strong and really big. That's what I want. And then we get the negatives. Intelligence, perception, and will. Get a -1. All of them. So, intelligence, perception, and will. They all got a -1. See? And then a -3. My soul is weak. That puts that down to 7, which is actually very low. 11 is usually... most NPCs roll with 3 dice. Which puts them at 11, usually. That's like their... So 7 is low. And then charisma, -2, because they are considered ugly. Big noses, hairy faces, all that stuff. Usually yellow eyes, which sets them off as half-bloods. There you go. That's my stat line. Secondary characteristics. There we go. I will actually see if I'm even recording now, so I don't keep doing this for no reason.